Welcome to the breakdown, where we break down and recap the most messed up shit. Today we're watching Eraserhead, a surreal film about this guy named Henry who gets forced to marriage and to take care of a child. If you want to see what happens in this movie and learn the details, stay tuned for the breakdown. The movie starts out with a nice peekaboo segment between us and Eraserhead over here, and then he's just acting all weird in front of this meatball of a planet. Then after a slow zoom to the moon, we capture its landscape before picking up with this weirdo. He seems to be watching Eraserhead, who just threw up this sperm looking thing, and then picks up some shotgun levers that brings the sperm baby to a puddle, and Eraserhead pops into the frame. It looks like Eraserhead is going back somewhere, and then he messes up the latest edition of What Are Those? Then after more walking and more walking and more walking, he's back home at his apartment building and then stands in the elevator awkwardly. Now at his room, a sexy little mama asks if he is Henry and tells him Mary invited him to dinner with her family, but he wants to be as awkward as possible. Well, she likes it. Then after sitting awkwardly in the dark, he plays his favorite 90s rap while contemplating what porn star he wants to jerk off to. Then he arranges a ripped up paper which is possibly Mary, which might tell him her address. Then he shakes the spot. He gets to her house and they have a little spat about how she never comes around anymore before having a staring competition. We meet the mother of Mary, who isn't very welcoming to Henry. Then we see some doggies getting some milk as they all sit awkwardly. Then Mary starts getting this weird seizure and the dad comes in and he's already my favorite character.
We've got chicken tonight. Strangest damn things. They're man-made. Little damn things. Smaller than my fist. They're new. I'm Bill.
Now on to the awkward chicken dinner. The dad of Mary asks Henry to cut the fist-sized chicken. As soon as he touches it, the chicken starts bleeding and grooving, causing the mom to do this weird mating call. As more blood leaks, the wife loses it.
You'll be all right in a minute.
Well, he wasn't lying. She asked to speak with Henry as the two look at him awkwardly. Then the lights flicker. The mom grabs him and asks if he smashed Mary. She forces him to tell the truth, but then when he doesn't, she starts making out with his neck before snapping out of it. She tells him he has a baby while the daughter says it doesn't even look like a baby. Then he gets a nosebleed in response. I don't blame him. If I knew I had a baby right now, I'd probably do the same. Then we see Mary feeding some weird creature making baby goat noises. It spits out all the food that Mary gives it. What the hell is this creature? Back with Henry, he examines some worm creature as Mary watches the baby. He examines his radiator closely again, and then we cut to a stage. Then at night, Mary gets irritated at the baby crying and tells it to shut up multiple times. Then she proclaims that she can't stand it, saying she wants a decent night's sleep, leaving Henry to care for the alien baby. Then she weirdly messes with his bed, but it's actually her getting a suitcase. She done left his ass for the night. Well, the good thing is that Henry manages to quiet the baby, but then the alien baby gets all sick. The next morning, every time Henry tries to leave the baby, it starts crying, which is understandable, so he sits with it. Then after misery, it cuts to a dancing lady with weird ball-shaped cheeks dancing next to the sperm from the beginning. Then she completely squishes one sperm and then another while keeping her demented smile. Back with this lovely couple, they ramble about in bed, but Henry notices sperm things from that vision and he throws them against the wall. Then after a weird sequence, he gets a knock on the door from his neighbor. I told y'all she wanted it. She starts lusting for him and the baby starts crying, forcing him to quiet it down. She asks where his wife is and then she asks to spend the night. They get to the intercourse and she notices his baby as they sink into his bed. Then next, the boss chick lady, or the lady in the radiator, comes out and sings this song, which has been stuck in my head for a while.
In heaven, everything is fine. In heaven, everything is fine. In heaven.
It's kinda hot, ain't it? Not heard the song. Henry walks up on stage and they share a weird moment filled with blinding flashing lights. Then Henry basically hallucinates that spaceman from the beginning and sperms. He hides behind a railing but gets beheaded by something that resembles the baby. and then his head sinks as the baby cries supernaturally. He falls in front of a boy who grabs the head and takes it to some man who keeps beeping this alert. They take the head to another man and he drills into it, grabbing some head meat which proves to be a good eraser, hence the name of the movie. Finally, Henry wakes back up and he watches some man outside. Then he listens outside his door. After some laying down realizations, he goes to find solace with the neighbor, but realizes she wasn't feeling him. This is what she sees. After some time, he takes scissors and cuts open the fabric bandages around the baby as it convulses. But what opens is the baby's entire torso cavity or whatever. We see his organs and everything. Henry stabs his heart and it bleeds. Then the baby coughs up blood and then he fills up with an abundance of some weird looking liquid. His neck then protrudes outward and is then replaced with the planet as Henry looks horrified. Then we see this famous shot of Henry shocked as eraser shavings party behind him. Then we see the man with the lever struggle with pulling them. Then in white light, Henry embraces with the lady in the radiator and the movie abruptly ends. So guys, this is my view of what the movie is about. Obviously it's surreal, so it's not meant to entirely make sense, but it's about being a father unexpectedly. Henry wasn't ready to take care of a baby. He was barely taking care of himself. I mean, he has a one-room apartment. You could also argue that Henry possibly has schizophrenia behavior and that the baby actually was born prematurely. Then at the end, he kills the baby because of his twisted mind. I'm interested in hearing what you guys think, but let's get to the most disturbed moment and most enjoyed moment, and that's spooky stuff. So right into it, the most disturbed moment for me was probably the death of the baby. It's hard to pick in a movie like this, but the baby seemed pretty real, and it was kinda eye-opening to see the baby pass the way it did. The most enjoyed moment was when the lady in the radiator sang this beautiful song. You could find it somewhere on YouTube, but it really got stuck in my head. And that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, consider subscribing for more breakdown recaps on films that completely shock people. Here's a playlist of some on the right and my beautiful subscribe logo on the left. Thanks for watching. Spooky out.